It's very early season. I've just filmed one or two large dark olives hatching at the top of the pool, in a nice fast current at the top, where in about 6 weeks from now we'll be concentrating our fly fishing efforts. But this time of year, it's only the second day of the season. The trout are further down the pool where they've overwintered. In this case, there's an overhanging branch halfway down the pool. This is the deepest part of the pool, and as one or two olives trickle into this area of stream, we can see one or two fish rise, and this is how determines how we're going to approach and fish for these fish. It would be no use us fishing the faster water on nymphs, which we would expect to be successful in mid-April to mid-May. The nymphs are going to be very successful in the faster water where we just earlier filmed those large dark olives. If we concentrate our efforts there at this time of year, we're really wasting our time, because the fish are still in their overwintered positions, which tend to be the deeper, slower parts of the pool. And so the only way we can effectively fish for these is by targeted dry fly fishing, and that's exactly what we're going to try to do if this hatch continues. Because it's early season, these hatches are very sparse. Now, these are Betis species, the large dark olives specifically, that are hatching, and the trout are very keen. There's a rise there, very keen on them, and they're all rising in this area where, around that overhanging branch, which is the deepest section of the river. So it shows that the trout are still lethargic, and it's going to take a great deal of careful approach from downstream to get a fly on these rising fish, but we'll see what we can do. There's a dun just approaching the tree branch, and as I mentioned that, there was that rise. So it shows the fish are looking up, they're looking for these large dark olive duns, and there's another one just to the back of the tree. I can see there's an olive dun literally 10 feet above the tree branch. Oh, and there's another rise just downstream of the tree branch. So we see that as these olives hatches, the trout in that position of picking them off one by one. To get these fish, I'm going to carefully head downstream. Luckily there's not much wind today, which means we can get quite nice presentation. Use the furled leader, obviously, that gives me nice drag free drift. I'm using the match the hatch large dark olive, and that fish there just took that olive beautifully, the one I was talking about. So here we see the hatch in action, and we're going to be matching the hatch with a large dark olive pattern. Olive approaching the taking area. Just downstream of the branch now. And just been taken. So we can see the fish there are keyed in to these large dark olives, and there's another one coming down now. Now, I've seen several olives come down, and they seem to be readily being taken by the fish. So in a minute we'll get in position downstream and wade very, very carefully upstream. And see if we can get the fly in front of these fish effectively for them to take. That's that early season trout on that olive pattern. We've seen the hatch, we've seen the fish rising. Targeted dry fly fishing. My opinion, one of the purest, most beautiful forms of fly fishing, and the result is stunning trout, beautiful red spots, beautiful wild trout, red spots, and that's the conclusion. By carefully wading into position, that we're able to sneak up on those trout rising in that deep water, taking those large dark olives, and that's the result. Instant result. Beautiful fish. Barbless hook, of course. I'll just pop straight out, and back he goes for another day. Beautiful fish. Now, I shouldn't have disturbed them, and we might get chance at one or two more, so let's have another go. Now there's still one just rising just behind that branch. So there he is. It's a nice fish. You've got to be very careful. Stealth is paramount. To approach these fish splashily, or they have any idea that they're being fished for, and the game is over, my chances of catching will be zero. I'm still quite a long range downstream. Because this part of the stream is very flat, there's no broken water to cover my approach, so I have to cast long distance on a light line. It's only a 3-weight line. A heavy line will be very splashy in this type of water and will spook the fish. It's all about stealth, careful approach. And when we're in position, still a long way downstream, we can start to lengthen the cast. There we go. Another fish. Same tactic. Very early season. The light line's getting a workout. Beautiful trout. Stalking these fish in the almost dead water. Beautiful fish. Lovely wild trout. Early season. No leaves on the trees. Still early March, and we're catching these stunning wild trout. On that, of course, match the hatch dark olive pattern on the website at onstreamguide.com if you're interested. Beautiful fish. I think there's still one or two moving. There were not that many fish moving to start with, just 2 or 3. And we've caught 2 so far, but I'll stay in this position, dry the fly, treat the line, wait. If we see another fish rise, I'll target that one as well. There we go. Oh, lost that one. But you see how effective this has been by targeting those fish in that one little area with that dry fly. We've had some good sport there on this very early season, very cold day. You'll notice I've still got my full thermal layers on, my gloves. Got to stay warm on these very cold days, but by targeting those fish that we saw rising, we've had some great sport on the dry fly. And there's a bit of welcome early spring sunshine. As you've probably noticed, my wife Nellie, usual capable cameraman, hasn't been with us today, but hopefully I've got across the essence of what I put in the blog, on the OnStream Guide blog. It's free of charge. If you want to see the blog, go to OnStream Guide and subscribe, and you'll see the blog about targeted dry fly fishing early season with the large dark olive pattern. That's precisely what we've been doing today. We saw those olives coming off in the fast water, spotted a few rising trout further down in the deeper, slower water, and targeted them by having a stealthy upstream approach and a long line, and we're able to catch a couple of fish. This time of year, a typical fishing session is only about 1 to 2 hours long, and that's exactly how it's been today. Beautiful, it's nice to get out, and it's a great start to the new season. Good luck to you all, and hopefully we'll be producing more and better videos as the season goes on. Bye for now.